What's going on, everybody? All right, so today we have a few quick updates, and as always, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe. Let's keep growing and let's keep going. All right, so look, first things first, let's talk about 2025 real quick. So Jurassic World has finally wrapped filming. All right, I'm excited for this movie. I can't wait to see it, and it's going to be releasing July 2nd, 2025. Here we're going to have Scarlett Johansson and this new franchise of this reboot that takes place a few years after Jurassic World Dominion. I can't wait to see what they're going to be cooking and what they're going to give us. Hopefully it's something new, something different, and I hope that they have hybrids. I get it. A lot of people are not fans of the hybrids, but I personally, as a fan, want to see more hybrids and all these, strange dinosaurs and whatever experiments they're going to be doing on where they're heading and where they're going with this franchise overall. It's something very exciting and I can't wait as a fan. All right, the next update. So apparently we have a Robocop series from James Wan that's going to be going for Prime Video. I can't wait. This is something interesting and very exciting because, again, Robocop, I know back in like the 2000s or something like that, the late 2000s, they ended up doing a reboot, and that one was good. It didn't do so well, but it was good for what they did. It was a modern take, and I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was something different. I like how they, gave the character Robocop his whole gear and, like how the story was and everything. It was a fun movie to watch, and, I think it's underrated, but I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing with this. And if you notice that there's a lot of movies that are now being changed and being plugged, if you want to say, into series, which is good because we need more content of all this type of entertainment just to give us much more and a variety take on whatever it is that they're planning and they want to give us. All right, so moving on. So according to a new report from the insider.com, David Zaslav wants the DCU Batman introduced ASAP to compete with Marvel, but there's still a chance Robert Pattinson's Batman could join the DCU after the Batman Part 2. No updates on the Brave and the Bold yet. All right. So let's look at this. Of course, once again, WB is trying to compete and still trying to go at it with Marvel. I have no idea why, because at this time, it's just do your own thing. And especially if you're doing a reboot, focus on your reboot and just stick to that. But apparently, of course, David Zaslav wants more content and he wants to tie in things and he just wants to kind of speed things up because, of course, they're behind and they're drowning in debt over at Warner Brothers. And ever since, David Zaslav took over in Discovery, things haven't been getting better. They just keep on sinking and they keep on tanking. And that's sad and that's bad for them. And it's also bad for us, the fans, because we don't get to enjoy everything that we really want. And, these things are just not working, unfortunately. But it is what it is. And don't be surprised if it does happen. All right, moving on. So apparently Marvel Comics and DC Comics have lost their joint superhero trademark. This happened due to Marvel and DC failing to respond to court requests. Look, on this part, I gotta say that this is a good thing. Because look, Marvel and DC shouldn't, and they cannot be the only ones to own the word superhero. It's just a generic word that we should all be able to use, and there should not be no penalties for if independent creators or whoever wants to use it. I mean, why are you going to put a copyright and a trademark to something that's generic? I mean, it is what it is, but hopefully, the court dismisses this and they do not own that word because, I mean, what's next? You can't say the word superhero because it's trademarked. It's just insane. But of course, these corporate greedy companies, this is what they tend to do. All right. Now, here's another little interesting update. This is coming from Jeff Snyder. Apparently, Zachary Levi is set to return as Shazam in James Gunn's DCU. So apparently he's going to be coming back and they're going to be moving forward with him in this whole reboot and things that they want to do. We already know that Zolo's back and he's going to be already introduced, with James Gunn's reboot and stuff like that. But now, all of a sudden, now they're reaching out to Zachary Levi to reprise his role. And apparently he's going to make, his official introduction, if you want to say, to the DCU through Creature Commandos. They're gonna bring them in like a cartoon to set off, and who knows what it is that they're doing. Again, this right here shows you that DC with the DCU is completely a mess. They have no idea how to introduce characters and what they're doing. I mean, they're all starting pretty much a reboot with cartoons. Make it make sense. To me as a fan, they've lost me. I'm not interested. I'm keeping my wallet closed, and you should do the same thing. And this is wild because again, James Gunn is picking and choosing who he wants from the DCEU to go over to his new reboot. All right, so moving on. Transformers 1 earned 9.3 million this weekend, a negative 62.2% from opening weekend. So this movie is currently flopping. It's not doing that good, but I mean, it is what it is. The numbers are just showing you where they're at. This proves to you that majority of the fans do not want a cartoon. They want a live action, and we need more live action films when it comes to the Transformers franchise. This right here is proof of it, and I'm not going to argue and, say any more about it. So let's move on. Apparently, Matt Reeves says he's unsure if Greg Fraser will return as a cinematographer for the Batman 2 because the filming might conflict with scheduling of Dune 3, right? We already know that Dune 2 was good. They made a success, and it worked out and it helped WB. But again, they're losing a lot of money, so their debt is taking all those, financial profits, if you want to say. Now, when you're starting a movie and you're working on a production, as the director and producers, they should already know who's coming back and who's not going to be coming back. This right here shows you that it's unstable. If Matt Reeves doesn't know he's coming back to help out with this project, I mean, start looking for backup now. Start early, move production, do what you have to do, because in the long run, this all delays. And when you're filming and making movies, any little delay can catch up and delay a project even much more than what it is. And it's sad, but again, this is what happens when you're not organized and you don't really have a set, thing when it comes to the scheduling of who's going to be helping out, who's going to be doing what on the production team. And for the last thing I want to talk about, that trailer for Marvel's Thunderbolts. Look, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not feeling it. And you can already see within the first 30 seconds, they already start with the jokes. Again, this is Marvel's version of Suicide Squad. They're just trying to give you a dark and gritty type of feel to it, but of course they're just going to throw and cram jokes in there and all the pointless things that's unnecessary. But again, that's just my point of view. I feel that they should do more with it, and of course they're bringing in Bucky just to capitalize and just try to get those fans that are fans of Bucky and whatnot. I mean, I'm gonna check it out just because I want to see what it's going to be about, but it's not a film that I'm actually excited to really look forward to. But let's see what Marvel cooks when it comes to that one. Deadpool was okay, and let's see what this is going to bring in their next phase and whatever it is that they're trying to set up and trying to go forward with. As always, drop your comments, hit that subscribe, and until next time.